by the way, we're going to such and such Mexican restaurant. Pick yourself up something to eat before you get home. So I'm like, damn it! So I drive out to Wendy's and I get myself a double Baconator, no mayo. Baconators are yummy, but they never put enough ketchup on them for some reason. So I get that, then I come home, then I'm sitting there eating, and I relax for like 10 minutes, and then I see, oh, it's like 10 o'clock. Or no, yeah, it's about 9:30, 10, whatever. And I'm like, well, what the crap? I've got to get started on this freaking statistics homework, because this shit is gonna take me for fucking ever. And then I'm looking at it, it's like, oh, wait a minute. It only says I have to do problems 1, 4, 7, 13, and 14. That's no big deal at all. It's like, what, 5 problems? So I start to do it. No. See, those problems have that little pain in the ass A, B, C, D, E, F. So it turns 5 problems into like 35 fucking problems. And it wouldn't even be so bad, except that what I'm doing right now is it gives me a crapload of numbers, and then I have to break it down into like 10 groups that are similar, like 27 to 30, 31 to 34, 35 to 38, that kind of bullcrap. And then I have to take tallies for whatever those numbers will go into. Then after that, I have to turn around and be like, okay, well, the numbers that are less than this are this percentage, and the numbers that are greater than this are this percentage, and blah 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 blah. It was just annoying. I mean, ugh. And then after you do that, after you like make your little chart with your tallies and you add up however many it is, then you have to turn around and draw a freaking bar graph, basically. Hey, summoning level, woohoo! So then you have to spend time drawing, and my teacher or professor, whatever, he's like, oh, and if you free draw it, I get to free draw a big fat X and say that it's wrong. So I have to pull out the handy dandy ruler in order to figure this stuff out. It's usually not a big deal, except for the fact that, well, I am lazy. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and look at this. Ravenous Locusts, Famine Scrolls, Pterodomin Owl, Gothic Raptors, and Pterodomin Hawks. That makes me happy, because I've actually wanted those for quite a while now. And so, I'm sitting here doing that homework. Wow. And it's taking me a while. Next thing I know, my parents are all asleep. They usually stay up pretty late. And I'm still working. I find out some of what I did was wrong in the back of the books, then I have to turn around and fix them, and that takes freaking forever. So I finally finish, and I look down at my phone, and oh, what do you know? It is freaking like 1 something in the morning, and I still haven't made the video that I wanted to make today. So then I decide that, okay, I can do this still. I'm just going to do the video at way early in the morning at 1 something, and if I sound tired as hell, well, they know why, because my teacher decided to give me a buttload of math homework, and then, yeah, it sucked. But we're almost done with this, guys. Let's see, what else is new in my life? Oh, Olive Garden's Never-Ending Pasta Bowl is delicious. I went the other day, and it was amazing. It was a friend of mine's birthday, so I went to take her out. It was all fun. I asked them, hey, can you sing happy birthday to her when she was, like, not around? Oh, we don't do that anymore. Really? Yeah, I'm sorry. That made me mad. I wanted everyone to come around and sing to this girl, and they wouldn't. So it was like, oh, damn, oh well, at least the food was really good. Tipped her pretty good, because she was a nice waitress. Then the next day, my parents are like, hey, you got to go have the Never-Ending Pasta Bowl. Now we want to go have it. I was like, oh, okay, I don't care. So then we go back again the next day. It's like, alright, more Never-Ending Pasta. I mean, you can't beat paying like $9 for all-you-can-eat pasta at Olive Garden. There is no beating it. So we go, and the Alfredo looks really good. But then my mom and I both take bites out of our bowls, and we're like, this crap is burned. So we tell the waitress, whew, sorry. And so she has the cooks test it, and sure enough, they said it was burned, and they make their Alfredo from scratch, so it takes forever to make new Alfredo. So we just decide to settle for something else, which isn't what we wanted. Makes us very unhappy. End up, the manager comes around, he's like, so how's everything going? And we told him. So it ended up being free. But we still tipped the lady because you should always tip your waiters and waitresses. Trust me, I am a waiter at Carino's Italian, and I live off of those tips. I spend $200 a month just in gas to get to college and back. So if I want to go anywhere else, that's more money. If I want to be able to do anything, that's more money. If I have bills to pay, that's more money. And we get paid $2.13 an hour. Not even minimum wage. We live off of those tips. But anyways, sorry, kind of sidetracked. So tipped her. The food was crap, but hey, you can't beat free food, I guess. And I haven't been back there since because I'm afraid the Alfredo's going to be burned, and I'll have another very disappointing night. And I really don't want another very disappointing night because, well, I actually do like Olive Garden when it's good. As you guys can see, we are now at, what, 64k XP and rising. I mean, we're almost done. It's not. The thing about fruit bats is they're not super fast XP, but can you really complain when you're gonna end up making a profit off of a skill that costs a lot of money? I mean, you've got this, or if you wanted to be one of the crazy people like I was the other day, you buy a few fruit bat pouches and like 5k fruit bat scrolls, and you just sit there and you spam click the fruit fall ability over and over and over and over. No! Oh, dang it. That's kind of annoying. You just spam click the fruit fall ability over and over and over and over. And you get a bunch of papaya, and those papaya end up making you money. And then, yeah, trust me, it may seem like, oh, I'm not getting a papaya every scroll, I'm losing so much money. No, you're making quite a lot of money. And as you can see, I just did a wasted trip because I forgot to do that right there. Stupid misclick. See what happens when I get distracted? By the way, do you guys want to know what my real name is, or do y'all rather just know me as Tricky One? I mean, I don't really care if y'all know my name, or you can just use my middle name, because my middle name is freaking amazing. Not literally, it's just a really cool middle name. But yeah, give me a thumbs up or a comment if you want to know what my middle name is, and my first name, haha. Or just tell me if you're like, nah, we like you as Tricky One, it's all good, because, well, that works out too. You see my run energy? It never runs out, which is why I said these. I mean, if you haven't done the quest to get the Boots of Lightness, and you don't have the Hunter level to have the Spottier Cape, it's really not gonna matter. You're not running far, and by the time you finish banking, and you finish actually making your pouches, your run energy is gonna fill right back up. I mean, seriously. I'm walking about the same distance to the bank that it takes to walk to the actual area itself to do it. As you can see, we are actually almost done. After this trip, we only have 126 more, which is 126. He's a bot. Maybe. Oh, no, he's not. Okay. 126 divided by 25 is, well, 5, and then a tiny bit more. I'm not sure if I really want to bother with a trip just for one. But I'll go ahead, just since I said I was going to make 126, and I don't want to be a liar. But you see how for every 25 scrolls you get 200, or 25 pouches you get 250 scrolls? That's because you get 10 scrolls per pouch. And so another profitable way, if you're watching the GE and you're actually able to buy them at the right time, is you can actually buy a crap load of bunyip pouches or kayak pouches or fruit bat pouches, and you sit there and you just do what I'm doing, and you turn all those pouches that you bought into scrolls. Because all you really have to do, it's simple math. You do the price of the scroll times 10, because you get 10 of them, minus the price of the pouch. If you end up with a positive number, then you're going to make a profit doing it, and you're getting a tiny little bit amount of summoning XP while doing it. If it's a negative number, don't do it. Amazing how that works. I'm sorry, sometimes people can just be very ignorant, and people say ignorance is bliss. I say ignorance is annoying. Oh, the reason I went ahead and pulled these out is since I'm going to have to make another trip anyway, it's not going to really matter if they're taking up an inventory space or not, because, well, they're just going to be sitting there anyway. So we continue to do this, and we are almost done. Almost, not quite. It looks like we're going to get about 85-ish K XP from doing the 726 real quick. I mean, all of you who've ever trained summoning, once you have the kayak, you realize how much faster it gets. Like, summoning is painfully slow because you have to sit there and you have to run from Falador all the way over there to the summoning guy where you first do the quest, Wolf Whistle, and you're just running back and back and forth, and it's just really annoying. Another alternative method is if you've actually done that quest that's sitting right there, instead of using this kayak, if you don't feel like paying, you could always run to the bank that's right there, because there is one in Piscatoris, and then just pop out and go there, pop back, pop out, pop back. I mean, this method is just a bit faster, but you are going to lose about 15k just because of that spirit kayak. I mean, it's not really that big a deal if you're making a bunch of them at once, but if you're just doing a few, you might as well just go there. I mean, there's plenty of ways to get there. Or like, say this guy runs out and you don't feel like paying another 15k just to continue, or you're almost done. Just use the Piscatoris Bank. Be smart about it. Don't go back to the new ways. Alright, see, didn't I say 85k-ish? And I think I might have a few more left. I wasn't paying attention. Let's find out. I either have an inventory plus a couple, or I have plus a couple. I don't know which. And the answer is an inventory plus a couple. Okay. And next inventory, you guys are going to see I'm not going to teleport because I want you guys to actually pay attention to that XP counter for a while, and I want it to sit there, and I don't want the fact that I'll be teleporting adding to that. I want you guys to have an exact amount. So I'm just going to grab one of my Rings of Wealth, and I'm going to use it as a teleport to the GE. I mean, I can recharge it, and I have another one that's at 4, so it doesn't really matter if I use it or not. I use that a lot, like if I'm in a Slayer task and I'm nowhere near any kind of bank or anything, and I want to go back, I'll just go, boop, there we go. Alright, so, Ring of Dueling. There's my 4, there's my 1. As you can see, that's the one I use for teleporting around. The other one just kind of sits there. Alright, but here we go. Open up the trapdoor again. That guy has Toma Frost. I am Jelly, but I need Rapier first before I get Toma Frost. And then we go right here, make our last couple pouches. And for those of you who